making Thursday, things we're making Thursday, yeah. Things we're making Thursday, things we're making Thursday, things we're making Thursday, yeah.
Hello, welcome to Krafting Kitty. My name is Erin. It's Thursday, which means it's time for Things We're Making Thursday, yeah. What is Things We're Making Thursday? Well, it is a gigantic collaboration between both YouTube content creators and non-content creators, and you know it's a smudge. We are all making items based on the same category. I am behind in sharing, so just an update. In August, we did things made from granny squares, granny stitches, and on September here, we're making shawls. So I have gotten a couple ducks in a row. My squirrels are generally herded, as for people who have shared in my Facebook group. So I'm going to talk about some projects from my Facebook group. If you emailed me, I am going to work on getting those corralled in a general area for next week. And then hopefully I get on top of that and I can also check the... It's plans, and you know they're going to blow up. But I have general plans, which actually included posting yesterday, and I never got to it because Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet, spoiler alert, that came. But I've already got off the trails. So, and I said trails, not rails. This is an auspicious start, isn't it? So just a quick note. The jingle at the front was made by Jess from J Hook Magic and her husband. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Jess. I keep forgetting to say that, and I totally don't mean to not give credit, so I greatly apologize, Jess. Where am I going? Shawls. We're making shawls. So I double dipped and made a shawl from Hooked Crochet. Sorry, I've had some leftover yarn. I'm going to try to work up a matching beanie, so that's what that is. It's called like Easy Shawl for beginners too, and it is based on, she had made a knit shawl and she wanted to try to replicate it in crochet but was having difficulty, but came up with this, and it was really amazing. I finished it last night. I wove in the ends, although I am convinced there should be one more end. So hopefully I find it, because this is an item I will give away for the Krafting Kitty Creator Spotlight. That's what I'm getting at. I double dipped. Things We're Making Thursday shawls and Krafting Kitty Creator Spotlight. This will be a giveaway item. I used some of my precious, beloved, discontinued gemstone yarn from Red Hearts. This is the colorway Olivine. This is the last of it I have, but I adore this colorway. I actually made a gigantic blanket of it, so it's not like I'm not going to have a remembrance of it, and I am so happy to get it used. But anyway, this is what I made. And like I said, it is gigantic, and I don't know at all how to convey the shape to you because of how big it is. But the design, you make it and it curves one way, and then you hit the middle and you change it so it starts curving in the other direction. I thought it was such a unique design idea, and this is why I love gemstone. A, it's so soft. It's 100% acrylic. It is a bit of a roving style, but it has such a beautiful gradient and change, and this is such fabulous neutrals. It's navies, grays, dark forest greens. Man, I adore this yarn. Why do they take the awesome ones away? So if you saw an end sticking out anywhere, please tell me, because I've been through it 3 times, and I swear there should be another end based on the number of skeins I used. She, in her tutorial, used Scarfy. I think Scarfy would be fabulous for this, but it has wool content. For giveaways, I try to do non-wool for anyone with fiber aversions. So that's why I went with the Red Heart Gemstone, and I think you still get a lovely faded effect as her initial design, but just with acrylic. And I used my furls. Now I did change the needle size, which might have made it bigger than hers, but she used a So Scarfy says it's a bulky 5, but in my opinion, using it, it's more of a 4 weight. And the same holds true with Gemstone. It says it's a bulky 5. In using it, I think it behaves more like a 4 weight with slight, like roving sections where it gets a little bit thicker. But Scarfy is a roving yarn as well. But she used a 5.5 millimeter, and I did feel like her shawl looked a little stiff to my liking. So Gemstone suggests a 6.5, so I did use one of my wooden furl streamline hooks. I thought I used 6.5. This is a 6. But this is what I used. It's been in... Okay, so yeah, the yarn suggests a 6.5. I thought I was using a 6.5. I used a 6 on the entire project. But yes, it is a slightly larger hook. She used a 5.5 than she used in the project. And then, like I said, I have just some yarn left over, so I thought maybe I could work up a quick just double crochet beanie in the yarn. I don't know if I'll send it along to the winner. If they want it, maybe I will. And no, if they want it, I will. Assuming I have enough yarn to finish the hat. It's going to be a bit of a push there. If they don't want it, I'll donate it. If there's not enough yarn to finish the hat, that's that. So, Erin, you finished your project. What else are you going to do? Well, I do have multiple shawls that are whips thrown all around here. I've also mentioned I've been cleaning. And for some reason, this bag from the Wool Warehouse has been stored up there for probably nigh on 2 years. Every time I come into the craft room, it is on the floor. So I'm using it. So, my next shawl adventure... Did I not bring it in with me? I didn't bring it in with me. I was looking for things to do with the yarn in this bag, and I decided I wanted to use this West Yorkshire Spinners Air Valley Essential DK. It's 75% wool, 25% nylon. It says it's a DK, obviously. I have 2 of them, which is roughly 500 yards. I went to ye old Ravelry and I found this pattern, which is a free pattern from Orange Flower Yarn. And so it's free on Ravelry, but when you click it, it takes you to orangefloweryarn.com. Yep, .com. And there is a free PDF there. So I printed up the free PDF from their website. It's called The Age of Brass and Steam Kerchief. And I don't know if it's going to show up very nicely because I have a black and white printer, but there you go. It's like a little smaller shawl. And that is the plan. I am going to do this, which means I have to find some 5mm circular knitting needles. And it says you want 2 stitch markers. I got those all around. So anyway, so I'm going to find my knitting needles, and this is going to be the next... It looks really weird because they're both wound differently. It's the same colorway. Isn't that crazy? How in this one the yellow is more prominent, and in this one the blue looks very prominent. But yeah, same colorway. I'm going to do that. Because why work on a whip when I've got a bag that doesn't want to cooperate and obviously just wants to be used? So that's the plan. I'm going to use that bag. I'm going to grab a quick sip of water. Okay, so now what have you guys shared with me? Oh, so if you are a non-content creator, how do you participate? You can share your pictures in a Facebook group that's called Things We're Making Thursday. It was created by Jenna from Jenna Stitches. Thank you, Jenna. And post your pictures there. It's a wonderful community. You don't have to just share the projects from this collaboration. You can share anything you're making. It's totally awesome and open. If you want me to share them, you can email me at craftingkitty@gmail.com. I will be happy to share them. If you want, you can post them in my Facebook group, which is Krafting Kitty Community Group, and then I will share them here eventually. When I when I get organized enough to do so, I share them. But I have not, I don't think I've forgotten to share anybody's so far. We'll see. There's always a chance. There's always a chance. Squirrels do not like to be corralled. If you are a content creator and want to make videos, please post your video. Everyone is welcome. Just use the hashtag TWMT. That is how we're tracking it this year. There is Heather from Strings and Thread put out a video talking about how Things We're Making Thursday is going to change in 2025. I've been thinking about it, and I don't think I'm going to be able to continue into 2025, and it makes me very sad. I'll see if I can, and it's a very open group where you can come and go as you please, but I don't believe it's going to be a Thursday focus. As you know, things have been really off the rails over here, and I want to try to focus more, and I probably should not have gotten the dishcloth thing, but Laura made it sound so much fun. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, it makes me, I don't know, I'm conflicted. I still might change my mind, but I don't know. But check out Heather's Strings and Threads. She has laid out the plans for 2025 if you're interested. But here for 2024, like I said, in August we did Granny Square, our Granny Stitch items. And here in September, we're doing shawls. So what I have to share from Karen, she did not share this as part of Things We're Making Thursday, but it is fabulous, and it is a square, Granny Square blanket, and I wanted to share it, so I am. So this is Karen's Halloween blanket. She used the Hirschner's Halloween yarn. I believe she got it from all the collections. So there's the Halloween collection, and then there's the separate celebrations collection, and there is a Halloween yarn in the celebrations collection that is different from the Halloween sparkle collection. So the yarn is Hirschner's. The pattern is Hooked by Robin's Corner to Corner Granny Square, and it is beautiful. I love it. I absolutely adore how you've pieced it together, and it is fabulous, Karen. You are a maestro, my dear. And she has also made the Diamond River Shawl, which is a free pattern on Ravelry. She used Yarn Snob Keith Knits All Done yarn, and paired it with, I think she said Malabrigo. I think it was Malabrigo, but don't totally quote me on that. But it looks gorgeous. It is so pretty. Karen, that is fabulous. And then we have Kathy, and she made this gorgeous triangle Granny Square shawl. It fits for both months. It's perfect. She says this is her most used shawl. It kind of lives on her couch, so she can grab it whenever, and I can see why. It just looks like a cozy, great shawl to have your hands on, you know? And you just want to hug yourself in it. I did think the colorway looked very familiar. I want to say it was maybe Mandala in Spirit, but she did not say that. So we'll see if she gets back to me. Miss Linda has also made a beautiful shawl for September, and this is the Easy Breezy shawl from Kristen Omdahl, and she used a magic cake. Now, she didn't call it magic cake, but that's what I call it. She used scraps from other cakes she had remaining and put them together. I love doing that. It's such a fabulous way to use scrap yarns. They're always so fun. I love it. I love that idea. And then we have Kathy again. And now this was the blanket I was talking about last week that had to be shared. Look at this. She made this, I believe she said grandson, maybe nephew. Okay, don't quote me on the recipient. But she made this gorgeous Georgia-themed Granny Square blanket, and it is so perfect. It is perfection. It is I always have difficulty with like graphs and the curved letters. That G looks amazing, Kathy. You did such a fabulous job on that. She said it was his favorite blanket, and I can see why. That is phenomenal. It is perfection. And finally here, we have from Linda. Now, Linda did share this in August, and she has pictures of some Granny Stitch hats that she made, And then also a granny stitch bag. I really, really like, I mean, granny stitch bags, those are fabulous. Those are such a, like a quick make, and it always looks fantastic. They always look great. And the granny stitch hats, those look really cool. And to me, they are such a transition hat because they can keep you nice and warm, but they can also, you know, they're a bit more open. So it's not like a super head warming hat. You know, it keeps you warm, but not over warm if you're like in the early fall, maybe spring transition times. It's a shoulder hat. It's shoulder season hats. I think they're perfect. They are wonderful. Yes. Oh, hats. Linda, Litnitz Linda, shared in my Facebook group that Knots of Love are collecting hats. Their annual drive for veterans from 9/11 to 11/11, so Patriots Day to Veterans Day. They're collecting beanies for veterans. If you're interested in the info on the yarns and all that kind of stuff, go to Knots of Love, which I believe is knotsoflove.com. Let me type it up here. Come on. The computer is always slow when you want it to be fast. Yes, it's knotsoflove.com. And so they make, I think they're more famously known for their beanies and things to cancer patients, but get involved. Events. Veterans Cap Drive. It's technically Knots of Love. Oh, well, this one changed to knotsoflove.org/events/veterans-cap-drive. But if you are on the Knots of Love website, there are three. There's About Us, Get Involved, Events, Donate, Sponsor, blah, blah, blah. Go to Events. It's a drop-down, Veterans Cap Drive. That'll get you all the information. It looks like the Veterans Cap counter is currently at 134,000. That is amazing. That is amazing. Oh, goodness. Let me see real quick. View the required yarn list. And there is a submission form. You must have to fill that out when you send it in. So they have circumferences they want. They want hand knit and hand crochets. They don't want loomed items. Thin, seamless, non-lumpy beanies are best for increased comfort. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the yarn list is extensive. I can't read it all, but there you go. There is a PDF with the yarns they would approve and they would like to use. You can also sponsor boxes for veterans and all of that. So that is a fabulous thing, and thank you for bringing it to our attention, Linda. There's so many great organizations out there. I've kind of lost my thread. I've shared everything. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get to editing, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow with Fridays with Fred. Big news on Fridays with Fred. Huge! Okay, I will go ahead and talk to you guys later. Bye!